going to behave like that, a sensible person just isn't going to listen.
Who the hell are you, kid? Who the hell am I? That's a question I've heard all my life. Really, just an echo of the lack of confidence found in the person asking the question. Who am I to think that I can do things differently, think differently, act differently, believe in my own thoughts, believe I can do it my way? But who told you that, they ask? Who taught you that? Well, who taught the Wright brothers to build a plane? No one. But a whole bunch of people told them it wouldn't work, couldn't be done. People weren't meant to fly. Yeah, screw that noise. Because it's just noise. Noise from the doubters, doubters that doubt themselves more than anything generally. And noise from the sheeple that are too stupid or too scared to think for themselves. Where did I learn it? I figured it out for myself. Who told you? No one. I put my knowledge together from my own experiences and my interpretation of the lessons others have learned. Amazing concept? Not really. Not possible? You can't take that kind of knowledge seriously. Bullcrap. I knew before I'd ever seen a single Bruce Lee movie, heard of Aikido, or been to a martial arts class that it was possible to use a bigger person's weight and force and momentum against them to win a battle. It seemed obvious to me. Of course, it is obvious. But I remember as a kid arguing with adults and peers who thought it was an impossible concept. Have you ever known something that was true without being taught? Have you ever had other people think your ideas were stupid or unbelievable and then find out you were correct all along? Well, this has happened to me my whole life. There have always been many ways to learn and acquire knowledge. Today, with computers and the internet, there are so many ways to accumulate information. Out-of-the-box thinkers are now able to access information and assimilate it faster than ever before. Do you have to follow the traditional path of high school, then university to learn quantum physics? Well, it still may be the best way, but I'm sure that there are quite a few other ways to do it as well. And with quantum physics, the ones on the cutting edge are out-of-the-box thinkers, and they don't give a shit where you got your knowledge. If it adds to theirs, who cares where it came from? What you know and how you put it to practical use is the critical skill that one should be aiming for. I understand that we still live in a society that loves certificates and accolades from institutions and certified teachers, instructors. I get it. And in many situations, these achievement-based certificates are things you can rely on. But how many black belts are there that went to class, paid their fees, got their participation black belt after 3.5 years, the one that they were promised they would get after 3.5 years? I have met guys with black belts that couldn't protect themselves in a street fight if the lives of their family and everything they held dear depended on it. To further illustrate that point, I have been to some PhD defences in my time that was so bad I was ashamed for the defender. In one particular case, the person defending had been doing their PhD for 5 years, and during question time after their presentation, they did not have a single response to any question because their knowledge of the topic was so second-rate. But they have the title doctor now. The person, their PhD supervisor, and the whole department should be ashamed of the whole debacle. And you think that's an isolated case? Well, maybe you should take your head out of the sand. It's clear that institutions are falling down on the job and putting out unqualified people with credentials that they absolutely don't deserve. Honestly, the inventors of both karate and taekwondo are rolling in their graves at the bastardization their arts have gone through. Not to mention some of the completely inadequate exponents wearing, yes, you guessed it, black belts. Don't think that I'm throwing all universities and all karate or taekwondo schools, teachers, etc. under the bus. I know that there are still incredibly dedicated individuals out there protecting the integrity of their subjects of mastery. Just don't be so quick to judge those who have followed society's traditional path as credible and those that haven't as dismissible. It is easy to make that mistake, but there are some incredibly studious and driven people out there doing their own research, honestly pursuing knowledge, and creating personal catalogues of information that rival any established institutional database. How do we sort through the liars and the cheats from the people with real skills and knowledge? Well, I don't have all the answers. No big surprises there. But unconventional masters may be easier to identify than most people think. Watch and talk to somebody for a short period of time, and you'll get a pretty good idea of their actual credibility if you have half a brain. I guess plenty of people don't have half a brain, that is. And maybe that's one of the problems. It's too easy to hear that someone has a degree from some reputable institution and think they know what they're talking about. Listen to what they have to say, certainly, but then decide for yourself if it's of any value or worth further investigation, or just downright worthless nonsense. Give anyone you listen to the same respect and judge them on their merits, not on their certificates. And having said all that, I think it would be irresponsible not to add that being credible is up to you. As the old saying goes, if you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. This is the heart of credibility, of your and everyone's true worth. Keep learning, keep challenging yourself, keep growing. Then, when you do, you will easily be able to see the difference between people that are telling you that they have achieved and the ones who have and are continuing to do so. Well, thanks for listening. Now I've got a lot of life to get a learning. So do you. So let's piss off and get to it. I would just like to mention that the rest of the video is really just me doing Tai Chi, which is really just a video log for myself. But it is on the Friday Rant, so feel free to put down my Tai Chi. I have practiced for almost 2 decades. And I'm not an instructor. I don't claim to be. I don't claim to be much of anything. I do Tai Chi because of all the benefits I get from it, the enjoyment that I get from it, and I certainly am not claiming to be good or be an authority particularly, though my knowledge is not terrible. This first form that you're watching is the Hunyan 48, and I move on to the Hunyan 46. It goes for quite a long time, and I wouldn't watch it all if it wasn't me. I am getting actually quite a bit from watching myself do things. There's obviously a ton that I can improve upon, but being an internal art, you may see me sort of staring off blankly into the distance at times. That's because I'm actually looking inside, not looking outside, trying to internally connect everything that I'm doing. So anyway, I enjoy my practice of Tai Chi. I thought I would put it up for, I guess, posterity. So if you enjoy it too, terrific. If you don't, terrific. Everybody's got an opinion. We know what opinions are like. So enjoy. Thanks a lot for watching. This has been Friday Rant number 4. I'm the Silverback, and I'll catch you next time.